Well, Dragon Folk, I know nobody asked for it, but the Transformers cards are now making a comeback in the Brothers' War. Welcome on in, Dragon Folk. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I know I am. And I gotta say, first and foremost, as a lover of the Transformers series, I've watched the 90s cartoon, I've watched the Michael Bay films, I've watched them all, right? I really do enjoy Transformers. In fact, I probably know a bit more about the lore of Transformers more than I do the lore of Magic the Gathering, which is something to note. These Transformer cards are something that I'm both excited and disappointed by. And I'll get into why right now. With there being already the retro artifact cards in the Brothers' War that are going to be not standard legal and are only going to be legal for Commander and Legacy and Vintage, the eternal formats of Magic the Gathering, well, you would think that's where they would have stopped. But instead, they are now adding these Transformers cards into them as well. I'll throw a few of them up here somewhere. I wanted to kind of go over, right, some of these cards, you know, I haven't really gone over their abilities or what they do. All I know is their names. I just know who they are, where they take place in the Transformers lore, and, you know, their general vehicle type, right? The issue I'm having here is that they are adding, again, more Eternal format cards to a set that already has a slot for Eternal format cards. So, remember that video I just made? The one, I'll put it up here. You know, the one that said that Wizards is creating too much content for the Eternal format that won't really see play in the Eternal format and is really just a way for them to push Universes Beyond product to the point that, you know, you're able to make a Commander deck out of it, because really this belongs in Commander. It doesn't belong in Legacy or Vintage, because there's no way in my mind, personally, that any of this is going to become competitive in a Legacy or Vintage setting. So this is the issue. And none of these cards are going to be in Pauper because none of them are common. So it doesn't matter there. So again, we have more of this product that cannot be used in the standard packs, which just means that more people are going to be opening these packs. Specifically, these Transformers cards are to be found in set boosters and collector boosters. You can also find them in the bundles that are coming out, but I believe they are pretty much available throughout obviously the bundles have set packs in them. I'm not sure whether or not this is going to be just one of those additional promo cards because, well, you know, we do have the already promo bundle card revealed to us, which is not a Transformers card. So I'm not sure why they would add another promo card specifically for it. I would like to think this is going to be in the gift box edition, but I'm actually not sure. Although I need to again state that this is another card that when you open it, you won't be able to use for the standard format, which means that you opening set booster boxes and collector booster boxes, you have slots for these cards specifically. Now, I don't know if there's one in every pack like there will be for the retro frame artifacts, but they seem to be pretty frequent. I would have thought that these would have appeared as the back of the list in set booster boxes, but apparently they do not. Apparently they are just available in the set itself, which is just so strange to me. I get that the Brothers' War has artifacts in it, right? And there's a whole bunch of artifacts to be done and looked over, and that the addition of retro artifacts would have shown the fact that, oh, we're looking through time, and so because we're going back, we're taking a look at all the things that have been throughout time as artifacts that we know in the modern age. But the Transformers are not one of them. I I don't think I would think that Wizards of the Coast would have gone, you know what we should do instead? Make all of these a secret lair. Just do a secret lair in 2 parts, Autobots and Decepticons, and you would have been fine. You would have been able to sell for $100. You can get both of them, $90, $80, $85, $90 for both of them as a bundle deal, and you can just get whichever ones you want in the shattered glass frame, because I don't know why you're making 2 different frames. I don't know. I'm very annoyed by this. Again, this is something that I didn't personally ask for this. I don't think many people asked for this. I think this is just another thing that has, been brought forward in the Hasbro way. Because believe it or not, if most of you did not know, Transformers cards have already existed. We do have a Transformers card that was brought up during the Hasbro convention of 2017, which is Grimlock, and then an Optimus Prime card that has come up in Hasbro Con of 2018. And also both of them being, again, legal in Eternal formats. Now we are getting like 12 different Transformers cards. I don't know whether or not this is supposed to be the entry point into a Transformers-based commander deck or something, but these are collector's items. And they're not going to be very expensive. This is probably going to be along the way of, let's say, probably like the box toppers for or Crimson Vow. It's probably going to be like the box toppers for Crimson Vow. That is probably the extent I'm going to see of these cards. The only ones that are going to cost a lot, I know Grimlock, which is the Hasbro Con 2017 media promo. That card I think is going for about $250 right now, but of course it was a convention exclusive and you were only able to get it there, so it's kind of a special thing. But that doesn't help, I don't think that this should have been in the Brothers War. I feel like this should have been in a secret lair. I feel like this should have been a secret lair. And let me know in the comments down below if you think that I'm crazy, that I think that a Universes Beyond situation with Transformers, another one of Hasbro's IPs, could have just been a secret lair and it would have sold just fine. But instead, now people are going to be opening up their Brothers War packs, the Brothers War that people who have been veterans of this game for 30 years have been waiting to go back to. Cards they've been hoping to see. We get Urza as a Planeswalker for the first time. And in the middle of looking through all of these cards that are going to describe the Brothers War in a modern lens and going to bring forward all of this excitement towards the lore of Magic the Gathering, you're going to see Starscream just chilling there, doing his thing. It's like, oh, hey, I'm here. Or you're going to find a Megatron card and you're going to be like, whoa, Megatron? I had no idea he was a part of the Brothers War. That's crazy. It is not necessary. And I'm happy if all of the people who are excited about this product are willing to open up this product specifically for these Transformers cards. Will they be collectible? Yes, obviously. If the Transformers toys can be collectible and the Transformers IP can be run over and over and over and can have multiple fans throughout the years that we've existed, yeah, Transformers is going to do real great. But collectability, of course there will be. But it's not going to go for a lot, because if the Godzilla stuff was enough to worry about, right? The Godzilla stuff isn't even going for a lot right now comparatively. The Godzilla stuff was going for maybe 3 times the price of an entire set 2 years ago. And now it's gone down very, 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 very hard comparatively. Now, granted, those are box toppers, but if you wanted to get the foil versions of them, you had to look inside the collector's box of Ikoria. And, well, those are way up in price right now. So obviously those are going to be impossible to just open and pull, because why would you even do that? Why would you search through a collector's box of Ikoria for a Godzilla card, right? At that point, you're going to want to look for something like the Triomes in their showcase arts in foil. That's what you're going to want. But it blows my mind to think that Hasbro, right? Where I'm not even going to consider this Wizards' fault, right? I'm sure obviously Wizards had to have an agreement to it. But this is obviously Hasbro going, how can we kind of weasel ourselves into a product that is supposed to be one of the 30th anniversary's most splendid sets? A set that most of the entirety of the world would have their first introduction to, as far as Magic the Gathering lore and the concept behind the Brothers' War. What are we going to do about that? Oh, you know what? Transformers, right? We'll just add the Transformers into there. And then we're also going to have the serialized cards. And then we're going to have the non-serialized cards that are going to be the blueprint versions, or the retro artifact schematics and the non-schematic versions of them. And then we're also going to have a showcase art that we haven't shown off yet. Oh, did I mention these Transformers cards can also come in shattered glass frame and regular frame? So there's 2 different ways to get them, probably both having their own foils. We have an issue. We have an issue. Now, this is probably going to sound like I think Magic the Gathering is going to die, that it's dead, right? That they're just shoving product down our throats until we choke and die. But I don't think it's going to be the case, right? I think as long as the player base stays vigilant and the rest of the world continues to, buy a little bit here and there and make sure that their numbers are not rising compared to their previous sets that have done super well. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty did super fantastic, and they kind of did that set right, like all throughout. The lands are good. The dragons are good. The mythics entirely are good. You have the planeswalkers are good. Tameo and the Wandering Emperor still see play today, and their foil showcase, their foil etched showcase versions are skyrocketing. Jingataxis is doing real well in blue, and you have the chase cards of the Neon Inks, right? That is a good set. That set did really well, and it's continuing to sell. But Wizards is obviously testing something, right? They're testing a lot of things with the Brothers' War. They're probably going to be testing a lot of things with a lot of these future sets. And unfortunately, probably not under the reign of their own. They are probably being pushed by Hasbro to say, push out all this product. Push out all this product. Don't make the Transformers cards a secret lair. Make them in the set so that people open it up and they see a Transformers card and they go, whoa, where do I find the rest of these? And then they go look online and they got to buy them from shops. So they got to keep opening packs in order to try and find more of these Transformers cards. And they're going to open it up and they're going to go, whoa, this is a card I need to go get sent to PSA to go get graded. And it's going to come back as a 9 because it's probably got garbage corners because the production quality is awful right now. I don't know. I'm tired, guys. I'm tired of having to deal consistently with the more and more and more. And it's funny because in a world of instant gratification that the rest of us want, we want things to happen now and we want them fast. I think this is the first time I've seen so many people in Magic the Gathering all come to the same conclusion, that Wizards of the Coast need to slow down. They got to slow it down. They got to stop printing a whole bunch of nonsense that is not actually for the format that the set is in. There shouldn't be a whole bunch of commander cards in a format for standard. You shouldn't have to go through and rile through a bunch of collector's packs to find a bunch of commander cards that you can't even use in standard because, oh, well, this is where they're just going to put a bunch of the commander fodder so that people can go play commander with these things. They're not doing well. This is the reason why nobody likes standard right now. This is the reason why nobody likes standard, because most of their focus is putting on cards that are not going to be in things like Pioneer or even things that are like, Pauper. They don't care so much about that. The greatest thing Pauper ever got recently was Initiative, and the Pauper community banned it. And then you also had all the cool, reprints into Common from Double Masters 2022. Those brought a lot of good things into Pauper, and not enough to break the game. But it was a nice change, and that was a Master set. Those are fine. Master sets are fine. But I personally think that from the standpoint, back to I'm so mad that I've been ranting for so long on this nonsense. I think that if you want to collect these Transformers cards, by all means, do it. I'm sure they're going to be cheap to find. I'm sure they're going to go in many different people's commander decks as a fun little haha thing. But I will tell you right now that I would like to collect them, yes. But if I have to spend more than $5 on a friggin' Transformers card, then I'm not going to buy it, right? I don't care whether or not it's my favorite. Well, granted, one of my favorite Transformers is Grimlock, it's not getting a reprint in this one. So Grimlock I'd still have to buy for $250 if I wanted that version, but I'm not going to do that. There are better things I can do with my money, and it's not buying one piece of cardboard for $250 that's for Commander, and pretty much Commander alone. So let me know in the comments down below how you guys feel about these Transformers cards. Are you going to collect them? Are you going to open a bunch of boxes to search for them? Or are you just going to buy singles like I am? Maybe you're not going to buy them at all. Maybe you're going to completely skip the Brothers War all throughout because you don't care about serialized cards and you don't care about retro artifacts and you don't care about Transformers, and probably the actual cards that are going to be in the set are going to be garbage. So I don't know. Let me know, right? As we get closer and closer to the day where I'm sure in I think it's maybe like 3 weeks. 4 weeks. We're going to be starting spoiler season or be in the midst of spoiler season. So we'll keep an eye out for it as we go. But it's starting to get more and more disappointing as the days go on. And I certainly hope that it's not drowning out your love for Magic the Gathering. I hope you can find the fun in Magic the Gathering in other ways than having to buy brand new product for Hasbro's sake. But while you're down there leaving that comment, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel as well if you have not already, and I will see you all very soon. Nerd out.